We're going to look in this video at the principle of conservation of linear momentum. Now this is just the simple fact that when you have a collision, the total momentum before the impact is equal to the total momentum after the impact, and that is it. So you just draw two good diagrams showing the information. I would just do a before and an after, and then you can see what happens. An elastic collision occurs when the two bodies rebound. An inelastic collision occurs when the two bodies coalesce, or they join together. So when two things join together, that means they move as one body then after the collision. Okay, a couple of examples on this just. So two smooth spheres, A and B, of masses 150 grams and 350 grams respectively, are traveling towards each other. And remember, direction matters. Along the same horizontal line with speeds of 4 meters per second and 2 meters per second respectively. After collision, the direction of motion of B has been reversed and is traveling a speed of 1. Find the speed of A after collision. Okay, I have no idea, so I'm going to do a before and I'm going to do an after diagram. So before, I've got this, and in kilograms, 0.15 kilograms that's going to be. And it's moving with a speed of 4 meters per second. The other one is moving the other direction. It's moving at a speed of 2 meters per second. And what was its weight? It was, or mass, 0.35 kilograms. Now after the first one, I'm going to guess that it's going here. And the second one is it's moving the other way. So that's why I'm guessing that one is maybe going the same way. I might be wrong in this. I'll know if I'm wrong if I get a negative value for my V, but we'll soon find out. Okay, right. All we're going to do here is we're going to just say momentum before, this is by the conservation momentum, is equal to the momentum after. That's all it's going to be. So the momentum before is going to be just 4 times 0.15. So you can see I'm considering anything going to the right as positive. So then that 2 is going the other way. So it's minus 2 times 0.35. And that's going to be equal to my 0.15. And I'm considering my V to be positive then. And then minus the 1 times the 0.35. Now this is just a linear equation then. So we set this up. That's just going to be 0.6 minus 0.7. is equal to 0.15 V, and that's going to be, that should have been, oh, sorry, apologies. That is also positive. That's positive, that one there. Can we have a look here? Both of those are going to the right, so they're both positive. So that should be in plus 0.35. And then let's just sort all of that out. That left-hand side tidies up to be minus 0.1, and then it's equal to 0.15 V plus 0.35. So that works out to be minus 0.45 is equal to 0.15 V, which means minus 0.45 divided by 0.15 is equal to my V. So my V actually works out to be minus 3 meters per second. Okay, let's go back to my diagram. So my assumption, I had assumed this thing would have been going to the right, but it is actually rebounded and it's going to the left. So you would need to write that in. So just say i.e. 3 meters per second in the direction opposite to which it started. Apologies for my shocking handwriting. Okay, so it doesn't matter what you assume at the start, the mathematics will sort it out. So it told me then instead of my V being a positive answer, so instead of it going to the right, it was a negative answer, which meant it was going to the left. Okay, next example, we're going to look at particles connected by a string. The principle of conservation momentum also applies to two particles attached by a light and extensible string. If the string is slack and both particles are at rest, once a force has been applied, one particle will move in such a way to make the string taut. That means pull tight, causing the second particle to jerk into a new common speed. So you imagine here, don't take this down, but if you've got two particles and they're lying and the string is is lying slack on the ground, and then that someone hits this thing with a bit of force, then what will happen? Well, eventually this thing then will be pulled tight, and then this thing will here jerk into motion, and this will start to move as well. Okay, but it moving will probably cause this one over here to slow down a wee bit as well. We'll see. Let's have a look at this example and see what happens. But it's basically the same. It's momentum before equals momentum after, still using the same conservation of momentum principles. Okay, two particles A and B of mass 5 kilograms and 11 kilograms are connected by a light inextensible string. Initially both are at rest on a smooth horizontal surface with the string slack. B is projected away from A with a speed of 6 meters per second. Find the common speed of the particles when the string becomes taut. Okay, right. We're going to say before. So this is before it becomes taut, and then after. So you've got your A, and it was, I'll just write it in here, it's 5 kilograms. And then you've got your B, and it was a bigger one, it was 11 kilograms. That was my B. And the string is slack between them, and you've got it's moving at a speed of 6 meters per second. Okay, now when they are taut, when it's pulled taut, B is still 11, obviously, hasn't changed its mass. A is still 5, and they're going to move with a common velocity because they're pulled taut. Okay, so we're just saying using momentum before equals momentum after, and then we're just going to look at this. So for A, let's just look at this one. This one isn't moving, so it has no momentum whatsoever. This one is moving. Its momentum is just going to be, we had the 0 for that first one, for the A, and then the other one was moving at a speed of 6, and its mass was 11, so 6 times 11. Then after, we've got this one, which is going to be 5V, and this one, which is going to be 11V. So let me get rid of those. So you're going to have 5V plus 11V. We'll sort that out. That's just going to be 66 is equal to 16V. A wee bit of working out. Your V works out to be 4 1/8 meters per second, or your V could be 4.13 meters per second to 3 sig figs. But you treat it as conservation momentum question before. That's when one of them's moving, the other one is static. And then once the strings pull tight and they're both moving at the same speed. And there we go. There we have it. Done.